Say about today. Boom. As far as accuracy, so we're in the midst of this decline, right? We had this move out of the decline, a fast sudden move higher, ending a decline, and then we went back into a prominent decline, standing out on a multi-day chart. This is an opportunity for an overnight kind of swing trade to open up a long position. It's a little risky. It's a little risky. Matter of fact, we've got the Princess of Cups right here on the 21st. That's a cross-street incongruency that I must have missed. Right, the Princess of Cups appears on the 20th here, and it ends up being prominent on the 21st. So this decline from the 20th likely continues into the 21st. Matter of fact, we see this card here appearing here, and then we've got another unicursal. Overall, should be a pretty sharp drop to a key support level there in the second half of the day, and I think we might end up near a high at the very end of the day. It's possible there's like a big move to the upside in the last hour somewhere off of support, but that would be followed by more decline shortly thereafter, like overnight and whatnot. So there's probably opportunity here in the end of the day to open up a, yeah, to open up a long position that you could close probably around 10 o'clock when we have this big move out of a decline from the bottom of a range to the top of a range. And there'll be like an important support excuse me, an important resistance level that we meet at the top of the range on a 1 day chart at least. But that's a risky trade because overall it's a bearish day tomorrow. You could risk it and do that. It's probably work out, but it's a little risky. It's against trend. The other thing is here at the, oh, this cross reading congruency is an important opportunity. So I think there's probably a low here between, there's probably a low here between 1 and 2 before this like pop and drop that happens between roughly 2 and 3, or maybe a little bit before that. But there's like this key support level, and then there should be a lot of price change, probably to the upside, or maybe it's to the downside and the upside. But there'll be a key support level on a multi-day scale that's highlighted at the low, and that would be where I'd open up a long position for a day trade. I would close the long position near the close, or when we like I close it in the midst of like a fast sudden move higher. I wouldn't necessarily wait for the close, but it's probably near the close, and we'll break through an important resistance level, just momentarily, like just a little bit breakthrough in that last hour. So there's a day trade in there. Hey, Word Thomas. 60K. 60K Bitcoin soon. Like, what does soon mean? That's a very kind of like broad statement. See, it's really easy for somebody to make a prediction and say something like soon and then call themselves a guru when it happens. Like, I mean, it's, soon is like a relative word to anybody. So that's why I always ask people to give me these time frames, make it more succinct. So like I said, we would come back to highs at the end of the month. There's somebody, one of our friends here on the channel. Who was it? I don't want to blow up his name. But he was like, I highly doubt we're going to come back to the highs here at the end of the month for Bitcoin. Well, bang, bang. How about that? Bang, bang. um, 60K. I think it might be a little soon for that. Something happened to my Bitcoin reading for 2024, so I had to like screenshot it. Really annoying because it's not the same. Um, I don't know what you call it. Resolution. Really annoying. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I'm like looking for the abundance card because that's like a dead giveaway of like on a 1 year chart scale. The abundance card's like a dead giveaway of a new high. There's no abundance card in this reading, and it correlates very strongly to the love card. So the fact that it doesn't appear and the other card that correlates very strongly to it appears as well. It's interesting. If we were going to break through, it would probably be here. If we were going to break to like 60K, it would probably be around here. But I don't foresee that happening here in on the 10 year. I think it's like 65K by the end of 2024. Yeah. So I mean, his 60K is definitely within range. Matter of fact, so we probably will see 60K. I'm thinking 65, 60K is the top. At 65 is the top. If we were going higher than 65, the short term top, I should say. If we were going higher than the 65K in 2024, we'd probably see the abundance card, but we don't see it. Do we see the indolence card? We don't see the indolence card either. Interesting. Well, it's very. Oh, that was the wrong reading. 2024. I want to look at indolence. Boom, right there. So we probably see. If we're gonna see like 60K, it'll probably be in April or in August, on the cusp of July, August, possibly, or in August. Hey B, will Netflix be at 470 by Friday? God, my stomach is so empty right now, guys. I'm gonna have to get up and get my soup in like a second because I get like Joe Pesci if I don't eat. I'm like the epitome of that Snickers commercial. What am I looking for? Oh, Netflix. I think we probably see 480 by Friday. 470. Let's see. I think we answered this yesterday. I wonder if it'll be the same. Probably be the same. I have a no for that. Looks like if we do hit 480-ish range, though, by Friday. It does look like it ends up hitting 470 some point towards the end of the month. Looks like on the 29th. There's a strong possibility. Hey, it was luck. I know, right? That's boom. I call that boom. What a drop. Exactly as expected. In a month, I mean, 60K in a month. If we go higher than 60K in the year 2024, then I guess it's possible it could be like in January or February. But if that's the top, it's probably going to be in April and or in, like, what did I say? The cusp of probably in August, April and August. Might revisit it in August. There's a lot going on here in August. My gosh. Hey, Raymond. Oh, awesome. Glad to hear it, Raymond. UVXY. Let's take a look. Oh, what a move. Oh, gosh. You should take profits right here. It might go higher, but a smart trader would take profits right here. When is a good time to close your December 29th calls? Yeah, I would take profits here, and then I would buy them back or buy a better position in calls tomorrow, roughly midday. We'll have like a failed attempt to break through key resistance. Is it going to be midday? Let's take a look. Hermes, no. No barking, Hermes. I would take profits. I would take profits. Like, just when you see a move like that in options, that's what you're looking for. You can always buy more options at a better entry point later. But when you get a move like that, take those profits, my friends. Good trade, Raymond. Good trade. Um, you might look for an opportunity. Hermes. Sorry, guys. Hold on. What is your issue? So that was a perfect example of why I call Hermes Hermes, because he tells me things like, "Don't burn your soup." But I know you're a good boy, Hermes. I'm gonna give you a treat for that. Hey, Ellen. I mean, if that's what I said, that's what I said. It was like I can't remember everything that I predict, but I would just go with what I said. If I pulled cards for like a yes or no to that question and got a yes, then I would say yeah, it's gonna hit that. There's a good likelihood. It looks like it. Yeah. B, I went over that at the beginning, but for you, I'll go through it again, my friend. So for day trades tomorrow, we're gonna go lower tomorrow. That's what this Princess of Wands right here in the low position is indicating. We're gonna go lower tomorrow, but there's gonna be like a retracement at some point. Like there's gonna be like a failed attempt to break through resistance. It's either here in the mid morning or at the end of the day, and or at the end of the day, I should say. But a sharp drop to key support at the end of the day in here too. So a lot of going on. What I would look for a day trade, after a period of volatility, midday roughly, right? There should be a sharp drop with a lot of volatility midday, taking us into a support level that'll be important on a multi-day scale, somewhere around 1 to 2, probably closer to 1 than to 2. And I would enter into a long position there for a day trade. I would enter into a long. Hermes, you're gonna drink my soup, you goofball. You're gonna burn yourself. Um, I would enter into a long position there for a day trade, and after that, there's gonna be like a pop and a drop. We'll like break through a key resistance. It'll be an important resistance on a 1 day chart at minimum. We'll break through it momentarily with like a big move higher. I would exit out of the long position at that point. There might be two opportunities for that exact trade in the afternoon, but I would just plan on one. And then if you miss the first opportunity, you'll probably get another opportunity to close out of it. Just look for a big move higher, poking through resistance momentarily there towards the last hour. You could also, in the midst of a pop and drop, and this is probably a better trade, in the midst of a pop and drop here, we'll hit that key support and we'll have a big move higher off of it, followed by a full retracement that move back down to resistance there. In the midst of that big move higher and the full retracement, that's opportunity there to open up a short position. But without all of this like nimble stuff, I definitely would want to be like, if I was going for like a multi-day trade, I'd still want to be short right now. Hopefully that helps me. Raymond, that is correct. Take the profits while you have them. You should always do that when you see a big move with options, because when you're trading options, you are not looking for them to expire in the money and be exercised in your favor. Like, that's like the likelihood of that happening. It depends on what type of options and what you're doing, but like you shouldn't count on that when you're trading. What you want to count on with options is a big move in your favor, and then you take those profits and you run. You can look for another entry point. Entry point is so important because entry point allows you to pick the proper exit point rather than the one that's needed, if that makes sense. And it might be midday tomorrow, but what I would look for is that pop and drop towards the end of the day, pop and drop to enter back in. Go over here, Hermes. Well, I mean, there's always a chance it was luck. The future is tangible, or is malleable, I should say. It changes based on the present. Excuse me. As long as it's future, there's a chance. When it becomes present, that's the only time there's no longer a chance. And if you're really, really good, if you're really, really powerful, even in the presence, there's still a chance. But do I think it's going to be approved? I think it is going to be approved in 2024, early in 2024. I believe it was like January, February, or March or something like that, first quarter. Yeah, first quarter of 2024 it gets approved. You were under the impression Bitcoin is going to drop. Is that still in the cards? Well, we have these highs at the end of the month for Bitcoin. Right, and that's what we're coming up on. So this is that question mark where I was like, there might be a high here. I'm not sure about it. And look, there you go. Boom. So we should see more highs at the end of the month, probably higher price level based on where we are right now or what we've seen thus far. But there's also going to be like some pretty mixed behavior, and it looks like there's a sharp drop here around the 22nd, the 21st, 22nd. Actually, there's a sharp drop. That was actually the 19th. Big move higher on the 20th. We should have a notable decline tomorrow into like a trough on the cusp of the 21st, 22nd, and then probably a slightly lower trough on the cusp of the 22nd, 23rd after a peak in between. So trough, peak, trough. And this is, I was thinking this would be a lowest low. So let's see where the lowest low is and see how achievable that is. Oh, it's way down there. Okay. So there's a pretty strong likelihood. It looks like I missed this as the lowest low right here on this. The Ace of Discs was actually a lowest low, which often it is. But with that said, very unlikely that this is going to be a lowest low. Will it be a prominent low? It'll probably be around these price levels down here. Let me see. Pleasure card is, I believe, a yes. I just want to double check. It's one of those tricky cards. It is a yes. Okay, so we hit that number. by the 23rd. Do we go lower than that? It looks like it's right around this price level that we dropped to by the 23rd for Bitcoin. Right around this price level here, 41.2 roughly. Is a drop still, like a real significant drop still on the cards? Pretty sharp drop towards the later part of January. It looks like from the 1 year. Let's see if that adds up on the January reading. I don't have this one marked up yet. It looks like it's February where there's that strong decline, and February is where there's like, see, there's a unicursal in this February reading. A ton of the February readings have the theme card as a unicursal. It's really crazy. I've never seen anything like that. Not multiple like that in one like time frame. No, never. And also on the 1 year for February. Where's that 2024? Where's my 2024 here? And you can see in February on the S&P 500 2024 reading, there's a unicursal here. It's what you call a very strong cross-reading congruency when you see on February monthlies the unicursal appearing as well. Yeah, you got it, Raymond. Good trade, man. Good trade. And I'm sure I don't need to remind you about the rule of karma. You're one of those awesome people. Uh, Robert, hey, Robert, how you doing, my man? Actually, just hopping off. Anything, Robert? Any questions before I roll? You're one of my faves as well. I mean, you guys are all awesome. Everybody on here is like one of my favorites. You guys are awesome. Going once. Did I skip anybody? I want to make sure I didn't skip anybody. Oh, Ellen, do I see a drop in Bitcoin today? I'm so sorry, Ellen. Let me take a look. Where did my Bitcoin for December go? It looks like tomorrow there's decline, and then around the cusp of the 21st, 22nd, there's a rally back to key resistance. It's probably around the same price level as the peak created. Where are we? Oh, here's Bitcoin December right here. I was looking at the wrong December. So Bitcoin December, yeah, we have this move today. As far as like I think we've probably seen at least the start of the decline from today, but really the decline is going to be the majority of it looks like will be tomorrow. It does look like it maybe starts today though, and we decline it through tomorrow into a trough at the end of the day, and then there's some sort of rally on the cusp of the 21st, 22nd back to a peak, which is probably a little bit lower than this price level peak. That peak is followed by another sharp drop back to the same trough or lower that we see around the cusp of the 21st, 22nd. Appreciate it. It was a luck. Hey, Tabriz, just see you there. Do I see it falling more? Yes, it's gonna fall more. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall more, but there's a failed attempt to break through key resistance somewhere towards like midday to early afternoon, or midday to mid afternoon tomorrow. And then more. It looks like more decline into the following day. Not sure if we addressed question, will SPY exceed both 2023 highs and lows in 2024? I didn't address that. Let's take a look. I got to close some of these. This is getting confusing. And I'm going to cut it off with Robert's question, because I got to roll, take him to the dog park before it gets dark. I also have to eat my soup before I go. Or I definitely will be Joe Pesci. Oops. And 2023, there's 2023, there's 2024. Here we go. I think we probably see both a higher high and a lower low, but I'm less certain about the lower low. We might not see a lower low. I think we probably do because the theme card here is the Princess of Cups, but that doesn't guarantee that it's a lower price level on a multi-day scale. I definitely see a higher high. The lower low is kind of like we'll have to see about that as things progress. CrAzY AI token for Jan. And Robert, I'm working on that Jasmy coin this week. Just got to get the rest of these S&P 500 Februaries out for early access. CrAzY AI token. Oof. CrAzY AI Ethereum, CrAzY AI Ethereum. I don't know how much I'm a fan of these coins that aren't like exchangeable for current like a paper currency or like a US dollar. I don't know how I feel about those, but for January, let's take a look. Will we be higher or lower? Will CrAzY AI be higher or lower price level wise in January of 2024 than its current price level? I got a yes. It'll be higher in January. And it looks like there's a peak that we sell off through multiple support levels around January or maybe at the end of January. Appreciate you giving me credit where credit's deserved, to Breeze. It's real easy for people to point out when I'm wrong, but you know, people forget sometimes to point out when I'm right, and it's definitely important. So I appreciate that. I'm snapshotting you I'm snapshotting your comment. All right, Chronos blockchain, and then I got to roll, guys. Chronos blockchain. Will Chronos blockchain be higher or lower than in January 2024 than its current price level now? Chronos. Is it just Chronos? Pretty sure it's this one, right? Will Chronos be have a higher price level in January 2024 than its current price level? Yes or no? I have a yes for that. And it looks like it's a cash out opportunity as well, at least on like a short-term multi-day trade. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, my friends, with that said, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that Rule of Karma. Also want to let you guys know we've got some cool stuff on the site. Where's my website? We have more stuff dropping. Look, Robert's already found the stuff on the shop. Appreciation to you, my friend. We've got more stuff coming out. This sweatshirt should have a logo on it. Not sure why it doesn't have a logo on it. Don't order this sweatshirt yet until you see a logo on it. But there's a lot more products coming out. Candles, incense, all sorts of stuff that I utilize for my divination portion of reading. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Blessings.